Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we're checking out a video titled An Aussie Giant Killer 1972 Holden XU1 Torana Racer. How did I get here? It was a recommended video. This person says, check out the 6-cylinder powered XU1 Torana's Giant Killers. So this car seems as if it was a badass car. From the thumbnail, it's looking beautiful. I hope I hear some revs, get me robbed up and everything. But if you guys have any recommendations, you can leave those in the comment section down below. I might see it, I might not see it. But if you want something that is much more guaranteed, you can click that link in the pinned comment section. It's a Google form, and you can submit recommendations through that Google form, and I'll check them out as soon as possible. Without further ado, let's get right into this video.
Hi, I'm Glenn Everett, master of machine. Join us as we visit Phil and check out two XU1 Toranas with a point of difference. But then I get to take this angry little giant killer for a drive. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more awesome content coming your way.
So Phil, here's an XU1 with a bit of a twist. She's got some optional extras, I see.
Yeah, like a NASCAR, like Grandpa building it, really.
It is.
I mean, it's all open interest, isn't it? Age group for muscle cars. It wasn't
Holy shit, the accent Australian.
just to hot them up. It was to have them in standard form as well. So we sort of thought, we just liked the fact that we don't see them around. Mud flaps, original wheels and little trims and
beautiful.
Sun visor, under dash tray, spotlights. And keeping it original height, it just drives so smooth. It's just, you could drive around Australia. It's comfortable, it's reliable, it's predictable. We use this all the time. I take Jan out in it, have a cup of coffee, sit down in the water. And it's not the original car. Basically, all the ingredients were. I wrecked an original one years ago, and the body was really bad. I'm talking 25 years ago. A dozen years back, we found a good body as a donor, and here it is today.
I noticed you've even got the newspaper on the dash there, an old newspaper. Tell me about that.
The newspaper wasn't something I searched for. It was Jan's parents. They collected the old newspapers and gave them to us one day. So I went through them and thought, oh, look at that, March 72 newspaper, the same month the car was made. You've got to have that. Yeah. And on the back of the newspaper, the ads for the cars, Red Hunt Holden, it's got a brand new HQ Statesman, buy it today, DeVille 350 cubic inch, $5,900.
Wow, that was a deal for that.
Oh,
Phil, we've got a very angry LJ XU1 here, mate. Tell us about this car. I know a bit of history about it, but I'm going to let you tell the story. I do love it.
Yep. Well, as you know, I've been talking a bit about the standard cars. I like them standard. Well, this is the hotted up roadie. Like, it's just, you got the Webbers, your big camshaft, bit piggy to drive. It was a road car, okay. right through to its time. Even when I was racing it, and your dad, way back, you went around the track with your dad, and we put the Webbers on. You guys encouraged me to go Group 2E club car racing. We did that, and then went a bit of Group NC. And then I realised it was getting a bit serious, and I thought, might build another car, but we didn't end up doing it. But we've kept this thing all this time, and it's still running today, and it's still get that fix, still get that adrenaline. It's only the 6, but she's hot there. She'll pull 7,500, and it goes all right.
Tell us about the engine. It was called the Pig.
It's a Pig. It's just a flat tappet big camshaft thing. John Taverner built this engine, and for Tony Diviak was drag racing back then, and I think he's still doing it now. But he's got a 308, and the car that this had the 6-cylinder in.
It was a drag engine.
Drag engine,
not a circuit.
Not a circuit. Never a circuit. It's huge.
It's got to be fast then. I mean, drag racing, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I think some of the fastest cars do drag racing, dude. Like, I get it. F1, all of these other, cars are pretty fast because you got to be fast. But I think most of those cars have to handle quite well. With the drag car, you just got to keep that thing down, right? I don't know, man. I've never really investigated it, like what would be the fastest car. But I think drag racing cars are some of the fastest. They're some of the most ridiculous horsepower car I've ever heard of. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, big fat ass wheels. Like, ugh, oh my gosh.
The biggest camshaft, totally unorthodox what you do in circuit racing, and it is very slow out of corners, but then when it gets up, does it rev?
Well, probably 20 odd years ago, I remember I was very lucky you gave me a drive of this car around Winton. I'll never forget it. The thing sent shivers down my spine. 8,000 RPM. You said, Glenn, rev it up, and I did.
8,000? 8,000? 8,000. 8,000. Dude, wow. That's gotta sound beautiful, man. I really wish they went in the car and actually popped some revs because, man, 8,000 gotta sound good. Like, I've said this in a previous video, my favorite sounding car is the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. I think it's very beautiful the way how it sounds. Lovely, 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 lovely V12 just screams.
Yep, and I remember watching it come through the S's and and you're just hanging the bum and you liked it.
Well, I've got to be honest with you, Phil, I am in love with this car, and you did mention that I might be able to drive one of your collection, and I was sort of hoping it might be this one here, but would it be a little bit too grumpy on the road for me to drive, or what are your thoughts there?
It hasn't changed from Winton, mate. I think it's been 20 years. So we'll see if you're still sharp.
I think I can dial into it.
Go for it.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome. No worries.
Let's drive this giant killer. Bring it on!
Is that turbo I'm hearing? Hold on, am I hearing turbo? I'm very sure when he let off the gas right there and changed the gear, I'm hearing like I'm hearing turbo. Ooh, okay.
That's music to my ears. And that's the sound of the symphony of 6 big trumpets. Dumping in all that fuel, sucking in all that air, those Weber carbs. There's nothing quite like it. It is intoxicating. Sort of sounds like the world's gonna end. It's dramatic. In fact, that's probably the best word for it, dramatic. And when it comes to the world ending, I do believe that the world would probably end for you if you were the car lined up beside this angry little Torana. It'd take one mean machine to take this baby on, let me tell you. Let's slot it back a cop. Hear that music. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what makes life worth living for me. Oh yeah. There's just something about driving a little giant killer, isn't there? You know, the first thing I think of is the number one, Peter Brock, behind the wheel of one of these little machines back in 1972. He won his first Bathurst, made the car and himself iconic. And he certainly was, wasn't he? You know, you had Alan Moffat in his big, almighty GT-HO Phase 3, and that was a monster of a car. This little giant killer took that thing on in the wet at Bathurst and won. A time in history that'll never be forgotten.
Boy, that thing sound good!
They say the name Torana actually derived from the Aboriginal word to fly. They certainly did fly, didn't they? Now, Harry Firth was behind the XU1 project from the word go. Everyone was running their big banger V8s, except for Chrysler, of course. They had a very stout 265 Hemi. But instead of choosing the HG Monaro to race, Harry wanted a car that was light and nimble, with a potent little highly modified 202 six-cylinder in the LJ model and the smaller engines in models beforehand, and the light weight of the car, they were a stout little piece of machinery. When it comes to endurance racing, and that's what most of the racing was back in those days, over long distances, you can't beat low overall vehicle mass. It's far better on brakes and tyres, and if you've got the right power to weight ratio, you've got a winning combination. Sure, on some of the larger tracks with longer straights like Bathurst, Phillip Island, Sandown and what have we, the big V8s, they did drive away a little bit. But give it about 10, 15 laps in, when those guys were running out of brakes and the pedal was on the floor, the little Torana, Brock and Bond, they just come on honing in there and kick some serious butt. That's what I call an awesome all-round giant killing package.
Hold on. Y'all get nasty with that Australia, come on. Like, I see them sorely lies, bro. Who was getting busy right here? Dude, who was getting busy? Australia. Dang. Nah, you guys might actually have a serious car culture over there. Like, the more I see videos of Australia, I realize, man, you guys have like real car culture. Like, dude, who the hell did that? Who did that? That had to be done by a car or a motorbike. Something. Them squealy lines is just, I don't see those as normal squealy lines. Them look like they were done intentionally.
Some serious butt. That's what I call an awesome all-round giant killing package. That music that those carburetors make, I want to hear it, and I want to hear it all the time. It's good for the racetrack, but we've got to be a little bit careful on the road. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with a little squirt, is there?
Oh, that thing, are you hearing it?
Oh, Jesus, just like medicine. It's a soother. Definitely a good soother for a headache. Might create one too. But I don't care, because I'm loving it. Now, back in the day in race trim, I have on good account from my friend Ian Tate, the legendary HDT mechanic, that these were making around about 240 horsepower at the flywheel. Now, in a lightweight car that was somewhere around 1,000 odd kilograms, that was a very stout package.
Yeah.
This one here is making around about 260 to 270 horsepower. It's in a very similar specification. These days in historic racing, they're making up around 330 horsepower with roller camshaft technology and what have we. Now that is insane power. The old 6-cylinder Holden engine dates back to around about the late 40s when it comes to design on the drawing board. So they're not a modern engine by any account. So they did an amazing job by extracting that sort of horsepower out of them back then and also in today's modern age. Still an incredible little engine, and they send a shiver down your spine at high RPM. It's a feeling that I don't think I can get in any other type of engine platform.
It's a beautiful
You know,
car.
Peter Brock
the
was-
fact that they got, what did he say, 270? I don't remember exactly. 270, 260. The fact that they got that much out of this car is very impressive. Like, I cannot stress it. New technology, new engines are not the same as old technology and old engines. They're not the same, right? And once you really realize that, the average Joe right now, the average car right now does not have 260 on the streets. That's what you got to use as your base to realize how incredible 260 would have been back in the day.
Was a legendary driver, one of the all-time greats in Australia, and a wonderful person as well. He was a people person and had a lot of fans, and he gave the time of day. And to think that we're driving a car now that helped put him on the map and show his driving skills off, with the opportunity that Harry Firth gave him to join the Holden dealer team, it makes me feel good, all warm and fuzzy. I really hope that he's up there looking down on us saying, Glenn, you know what? I know the feeling. I know the feeling, mate.
Yeah. It's unfortunate with Peter Brock, you know. King of the hill, king of the mountain, my bad. Yeah, I remember I was trying to remember his name in the previous video, and I was like, yo, king of the hill, man, what's his name? What's his name? So many people in the comments were like, Peter Brock, Peter Brock, Peter Brock, Peter Brock, Peter Brock. I'm like, yep, every time I see the Peter Brock comment, I, try to acknowledge it as fast as possible, because he's a legend. He's an absolute legend. I'm not Aussie, but, just seeing what he did, very impressive, and it's amazing. I'm very impressed by the way how Australia actually embraces car culture. So many variations to it, and it's a beautiful journey seeing all these things. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe, and talk to your boy in the comment section down below. So I'll see you guys in another video, I guess. Peace.